Hey, how are you? Going forward, I want to start including my voice in my videos on a more frequent basis. I learned into using text more and more to properly articulate myself since I have difficulty when it comes to talking, like stammering, talking too fast, etc. But to be honest, I'm just hoping that by narrating my videos, it'll help me be more articulate when talking in my day-to-day life. Keyword on hoping. But enough about that. Let's get into the drawing. So this piece is essentially a revamp/redraw of my entry for an event called Gala. I've been a fan of Power Rangers since I was young, so I decided to enter. Disregarding the fact that in 2018 I dropped the franchise for Rider and Sentai and I haven't looked back since. An artist called Ton, who you need to check out, organised the event, which revolves around creating an outfit for your Toku character of choice, as long as you honour the Ranger roots in some way or another in the outfit. With that in mind, the possibilities are honestly limitless since you can incorporate as many themes as you want into your outfit. I've seen people get really creative with it as well, like, I've seen submissions where even something like an accessory such as a fan or a purse is a reference to something in the show. It's honestly mental. The entries I've seen integrate so much into the characters' outfits alone, such as their characters' mecha elemental powers. Hell, Ton's entry even has references to the Boom Studio comics just in the colours she uses. Now, I'm not kidding. She says that in the Art of Training, she included the red highlights on her gown to reference her sin as a Red Ranger in the comics. But as for me, I never really experimented with things like creating costumes or fashion in art, since I've been more comfortable with doing my own thing. So I just came up with something pretty simple by comparison to everyone else's. This is what I originally came up with. I decided to draw Jan Kando in a suit, which I didn't really have a proper vision for, so I decided to integrate aspects of Jan's background into his suit. I gave him a classy yet still simple suit and a jacket with tiger fur to symbolise that although he's still adapted to modern society, he's still a feral child at heart. But looking back, it doesn't look good. Admittedly, there are some elements of the suit I like, such as the colour scheme, the golden accents, and oddly enough, the fact that the suit is loose-fitting unironically works really well for a character like Jan. But I feel like I could have taken more time to make the drawing as best as it can be while giving it more personality. Though to be fair, as artists, we're all gonna make duds someday. But it did stop me from redrawing this one though! So when I look back at the old entry for this piece, there were parts about the old one that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I did draw Jan with a jacket with tiger skin, but the way I drew him holding it makes it seem like more of a pelt than a jacket. So I made it more obvious that he's wearing a jacket and not a tiger's pelt, and when it came to the sleeves, I decided to have tiger fur surrounding the ends of them to make the fit a bit more scuffed. It's not much, but I think it kind of showcases Jan's more unruly, wild personality in retrospect. And I just realised giving Jan a jacket with tiger's fur is in kind of poor taste since he's literally been raised by them ever since he was a little kid. But aside from that revelation, there's not a lot of change with the suit itself aside from making the tie smaller and making this shirt and vest a tiny bit tighter. Personally, I'm fine with how the suit looks, I just wasn't happy with how I drew it initially for my entry. But I'm also really glad I was able to sort of revamp this idea since it's been rather therapeutic for me. This is kind of contradicting my whole "we all made a dud" statement, but as an artist, taking steps to improve yourself and your craft every day is honestly so empowering. The only downside to that is I come close to retching whenever I see any of my old artwork. It's been like this for a long while. With the line art done, I'm going to focus on the colouring, something I wasn't really that proud of in my original piece. I tend to go with more brighter colours and gradients, so something about the initial colour choice is kind of off to me. I can't really explain why. But come to think of it, I have had instances in art where the colours I chose, they don't quite match with what I was envisioning at the time, like maybe they could be a bit too garish and bright or a bit too dull and muted. Can you tell that I don't like my original entry for Gala yet? As I'm wrapping up the drawing by adding in extra details, I'm just going to come up with a pretty simple background, instead of just having it as plain white. What I have in mind are those backgrounds with soft gradients and soft lights in them, sort of like the ones you see in shoujo anime. I mainly see them when they're being used to show their character is elegant, a philanthropist, etc. Or it's from another character's POV where they're actively simping for them. But in the case of the former, I don't think it applies to someone like Jan. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching this video all the way through, it really means a lot. When I started Speedpaint, I never felt comfortable recording my voice since I'm really self-conscious with how I talk and like how I stammer, go over things too fast, etc. So I ended up using the text as a crutch, but by narrating, I'm just hoping it'll make me more confident in my talking abilities.